Hello people of the verse and welcome to the channel. It's the Eradicator and we have another PTU patch today, which is Star Citizen Alpha 3.11.1G. And gotta say guys that this patch, I'll be very honest with you, still features quite a lot of very scary known issues, some of them that I were able to experience in my latest try with the PTU. You're going to see all of that footage, of course, in today's video as well. So let's discuss that. But yeah, all I gotta say is that if the devs don't fix those issues, I think that we're gonna have a pretty funky event in a couple of days. So let's talk about that after these messages. This video is brought to you by the people who support this channel on Patreon and via the join button as well. Supporters of the channel get access to lots of cool perks such as access to my private Discord, your question answered in the show, you get to know when I'm going to play, and also you get to have a chance to influence the editorial line of the channel. Any help is appreciated, starts at just $1 a month. Thank you very much for watching. This is the Eradicator and I'll see you guys later. With a special thanks to Legacy for being my latest Patreon member. Alright guys, now let's talk about the Intergalactic Aerospace event, which is, as CIG says, the biggest in-game Star Citizen event of the year. It is going to open, as I'm recording this video, in 2 days, 2 hours and 43 minutes, probably a little bit earlier if you guys watch this video a little bit later, right? And we have, as mentioned earlier, another patch here, and this one is pretty funky. I was able to do a live stream yesterday on Twitch. By the way, if you don't follow me on Twitch, you got a link in the description down below. You'll be able to watch the entire replay. And I gotta tell you guys that in yesterday's build, which was not the G patch, it was the F patch. In the F patch, it took me about 25 minutes to finally get going, guys. So that's how bad it was, and you can see some of these highlights here in the footage that I'm playing in the B-roll. It just wasn't good at all. So let's go straight into the known issues here. Players do not always spawn in the location that they picked. Now, of course, a lot of people are going to want to spawn at Lorville. A lot of people are going to want to spawn at New Babbage, but unfortunately, by default, it seems that visiting location from Fresh Boot will cause player to spawn on or even below the surface on Hurston. I had a combo. I was spawning below the surface, and then after I spawned on the surface, and finally, after like I don't know how many minutes, eventually ended up in the bed. And then for some reason after that, when I left the L19 Habs on my way to the metro, I clipped through the floor, had to kill myself again. It was just a disaster, and I can only imagine, because this is going to be a free fly event, guys. This expo is going to be a free fly event. I can only imagine how new players are going to feel. I can see that with my own brother. My own brother has the game. He has not played more than maybe 2 or 3 hours over the past 3 years, because every time he tries to play, it's always when we have one of those broken patches that is completely unplayable, and he thinks, man, this is what Star Citizen is, what a joke. And this, I'm afraid, if these bugs are not fixed, that is how a lot of new players are going to feel, and that's going to be bad word of mouth. These people are going to tell their friends, they're going to tell other people that Star Citizen is completely broken, that it's a joke, that it's a scam, and we're gonna have all that negativity again. So we have 2 days to fix those crazily game-breaking bugs that are going to ruin a lot of experience for a lot of new players, and that is extremely important. That we also play in the PTU, we try in the PTU, we give the devs as much data as possible so that they can fix those bugs on time. Otherwise, if I were CIG, if those bugs here, those 2 first bugs are not fixed on time, I would personally delay the event. I think it would be better to say, hey guys, we still have a game-breaking bug, we don't want you guys to experience that, so we're going to delay by 1 week. But as of right now, I am quite pessimistic about the tenure of the event if those 2 bugs are not fixed. Now, the rest of the known issues are pretty much the same for the previous patches, so no need to go over there. Let's have a look at feature gameplay. They changed default fallback spawn location to New Babbage because, yeah, of course, every time you get into the verse, you go to Lorville, even if you wanted to go to New Babbage. Obviously, with the expo, lots of new people, we want to go to New Babbage, so that means that if somehow you manage to finally spawn to Lorville, what the idea is basically that you kill yourself using backspace, and then the default spawn location destination should be finally New Babbage, which is where you'll be able to experience the expo. They also changed external inventory so that they can only be accessed by one player at a time. And ships and vehicles, so here they've added interaction to the Mercury Star Runner scanning seat to deploy and retract the scanning dish that is on top of the ship. Kind of looks like, you know, the Millennium Falcons, right? And they also increased quantum fuel in the Mercury Star Runner, which was at 3,600, which I thought was already quite okay, but apparently it's even more than that, so, you know, why not, right? The more the better here, I suppose. Bug fixes, and yeah, it's mostly focusing on the Mercury Star Runner. Here they fixed an issue that was causing ships and vehicles to fall through planetary terrain. This has not happened to me. Luckily, even though I had tons of bugs yesterday, I'm going to talk about it a little bit after we go through the patch notes, but this hasn't happened to me. The Great Rock should no longer be able to enter a state of duplicating its inventorying capacity indefinitely. Thrusters and engine effects on the Mercury Star Runner should now play correctly. Rain and snow effects on the Mercury Star Runner windshield should now flow in the correct direction. Yeah, that's something I also noticed. It was flowing backwards, so now it's flowing in the correct direction, just like the 100i. Seemed like it was the same bug. 3D holographic radar models should no longer appear in the center of the Mercury Star Runner. They fixed multiple gaps between rooms in the Mercury Star Runners where there was no atmosphere, something that a lot of you guys have been telling me about in the live streams. So this is fixed. That's great. The Mercury Star Runner coolers should now appear in the component bays in the engineer room. Yes, also something that we saw yesterday in the live stream. They were simply not here, and because when you were opening those component bays, they were just empty. It's not the case anymore. Missiles will no longer clip through hull of the Mercury Star Runner when pressing P to activate and deactivate the weapon systems. The Mercury Star Runner cockpit door should no longer clip through the ship exterior when opened. It would be great if those doors, by the way, would open a little bit earlier, not just when you are in front of them. Proximity sensors on the Mercury Star Runner interior door should now keep the doors open consistently when in range. Aha! Well, that's gonna be worth trying because, yeah, those doors were a little bit frustrating. The Mercury Star Runner doorway and habitation should no longer flicker. Fixed this area of issues found in the cargo bay of the Crusader Mercury Star under the pipes. The preview icons for the Mercury Star Runner paints should now appear correctly in the VMA. Elevator panels in New Babbage should no longer show UI text. New Babbage elevator current floor and next floor will now update correctly if you choose another floor during transit. The fixed Z fighting issues in the two system access panels in the interior section of the Cutlass blue and red by the rear door ramp, and videos in the lobbies of the Expo Hall event should now have audio. Fixed 6 server crashes and 2 server deadlocks. There are a couple of issues here that unfortunately have not been mentioned. First, yes, we can clip through the floor at Lorville when we leave the L19 Habs and we want to go to the metro. This happened to me yesterday, and this was really not fantastic. And overall, yeah, yesterday I didn't have a great experience. I also noticed that when I was trading Widow yesterday, because, you know, I know that nobody trades Widows anymore, but I was trying. I was trying, right? And it changed the Widow to Laranite. Now, that's really bad because when you buy Widow, you buy it for 100 Alpha UEC per unit, but Laranite is sold as 31 Alpha UEC per unit. So you're actually having quite a big loss if you are buying Widow and selling it anywhere else in the verse, which because it is automatically being converted into Laranite. So that is also pretty bad. There's seriously here issues when it comes to drug trafficking in Star Citizen. The devs need to fix that because it used to be one of the most fun aspects in the past, talking about 3.3 3.4 when we had all those jump town wars and people were fighting for the control of those production places. It was so awesome. I don't understand why CIG decided to kill this off, and it seems that as we're getting through those various patches, the drug trade is getting worse and worse to the point that now it's completely broken. So they need to fix that as well. It will be interesting to see how those bug fixes are going to work eventually. I will not be able to live stream today, but I'll try to check them out tomorrow so that you guys can have a better idea of what's going on there in those PTU patches. That's all for this video, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this kind of content, you want to see dailies, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and also the like button too if you want to help the channel grow. I'll see you guys tomorrow for more Star Citizen content. This is the Eradicator, and I'll see you guys later.